The first time he kissed me, he tasted like lies. The second time, he tasted like regret. I should have known better. But when you've been lonely long enough, you'll swallow any poison if it comes wrapped in the warmth of someone's lips. And for a long while, Daniel was my poison. We met in a place so ordinary it should have never birthed something this catastrophic. A small community college library in Boston, Massachusetts. I was the assistant librarian, stacking books and pretending my life didn't ache in every corner. He walked in with that swagger, shoulders squared, eyes burning like he owned the world, like every fluorescent light flickered just to illuminate his way. I hated him immediately, or maybe I hated that I couldn't look away. "Hey," he said casually, leaning against the desk as if gravity bent for him. "Got any books on revenge?" I thought it was a joke. A smirk tugged at his lips, the kind that promised trouble. And God, did trouble follow. First, it was little things. Coffee he'd bring me when I was working late, texts that came at 2 a.m. with nothing but, "Can't sleep you." Then the accidental brush of his fingers against mine, lingering too long to be innocent. My friends warned me. They said he was too smooth, too dangerous, too much of everything I wasn't built for. But I let myself fall anyway, because when Daniel laughed, it was like hearing sunlight. But what I didn't know, what he never told me, was that our story didn't begin with romance. It began with a wound. His brother, Chris, had been expelled 2 years earlier, accused of plagiarism in a case that ruined his academic career. And who was the assistant librarian who helped uncover the evidence? Me. I hadn't meant to hurt anyone. I'd just been doing my job. But Daniel carried his brother's humiliation like a dagger he'd been waiting to use. So he made me love him, so he could break me. I found out the truth on a rainy Tuesday night. His phone lit up on my couch while he was in the shower, and the message preview from Chris burned through me. "Did he fall for it yet? Bet he thinks you're serious." My chest collapsed in on itself. My hands shook so violently I almost dropped the phone. The shower kept running. He kept humming behind the curtain. And I sat there, staring at the glowing screen, my whole world unraveling in silence. When he stepped out, towel slung low around his waist, dripping water across my apartment floor like some careless storm, I couldn't even breathe. "How long?" I whispered. His humming stopped. He froze. He looked at me, then at his phone on the couch, and for the first time since I'd met him, Daniel didn't look like he owned the world. He looked like a boy who'd been caught. "It wasn't supposed to go this far," he said quietly, guilt dragging at every word. "It was supposed to be simple. You just what?" My voice cracked open, raw and ugly. "You just pretended to love me? You just kissed me for your brother's revenge? You just slept next to me, held me, made me think I finally mattered to someone just to watch me shatter." Silence. The kind that hurts more than words ever could. That night, I told him to leave. He stood there in my doorway, rain dripping off his hair, lips parted like he wanted to say something, but nothing came. And then he was gone. The weeks after were a blur of shadows. I went to work, I stacked books, I smiled when people spoke to me, and inside, I died a little more each day. Because the truth was, Daniel hadn't just been my poison. He had been my cure, too. But the thing about lies is that once they unravel, you can't stitch them back together. Or so I thought. It was almost 2 months later when I saw him again. I was closing the library, fumbling with the keys, when a familiar voice broke the silence. "You still close at 9?" My whole body stiffened. He was standing there under the streetlight, hands shoved into his jacket pockets, eyes searching mine like they had the right to. Instead, I stood there trembling as he spoke. "I came for revenge, yeah. I wanted to make you hurt the way I thought my brother hurt. But somewhere along the way, I forgot about him. I forgot about the plan. All I could think about was you. The way you tilt your head when you read. The way you say my name like it actually means something. The way you God. The way you looked at me like I wasn't a monster." His voice cracked. "And now I don't know how to live without that. I should have walked away. I should have left him in the streetlight, in the rain, in the ruins of what he'd done. But love doesn't follow rules. Love doesn't listen to reason. Instead, I let him step closer. I let him reach for my hand. And when his fingers brushed mine, every part of me burned. The weeks that followed weren't easy. Trust doesn't regrow overnight. Some days I hated him. Some nights I let him hold me anyway. We fought, we cried, we broke, and somehow we kept coming back. Because beneath all the lies and all the scars, something real had bloomed. Something neither of us could deny anymore. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the Boston skyline, painting the world in gold, Daniel kissed me again. Not with lies, not with regret, but with a desperation so raw it nearly undid me. "I'm not going anywhere this time," he whispered against my lips. And for the first time in a long time, I let myself believe him. Because sometimes, the cruelest beginnings can still lead to the gentlest endings. And sometimes, even a heart built on revenge can learn how to love. That night, curled in his arms, I realized something I never thought I would. He may have once pretended to love me, but now he truly couldn't let me go. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.